This Saturday, May 9th, is Sacramento's annual Race for the Cure Run and Walk. Of course, thousands of people expected to take part, raising money for breast cancer research, screenings, treatment, and education. KCRA is proud to be a presenting sponsor, and joining us live to talk more about where all the money is spent is Dr. Daryl Hunter. He's a radiation oncologist with Kaiser Permanente. He's also created the Sacramento Community Cancer Coalition, and it works with clinics where women can be screened for breast cancer for free, which is powerful because there are women who will find a lump and have nowhere to go. So let's talk about, we have video of the Imani Clinic in Oak Park. Let's talk about the work you do there.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Edie. We've started about 9 years ago reaching out through the student-run clinics at UC Davis to use them as the vehicles to reach out to the underserved members of the community, folks who don't have the economic means, transportation issues and so forth, to get out and get screened for breast cancer, which is the #1 cancer affecting women today.
Let's talk about why Oak Park and this particular clinic that we were just looking at.
Well, the Oak Park community historically has been one that a lot of the underserved African American communities utilize. Breast cancer, although African American women have a lower rate of breast cancer, they do have a higher death rate of breast cancer. So one of the messages that we're trying to get out is that finding it early is not a death sentence, but an opportunity to live.
So this is Komen funding and Komen grants that are paying for these free screenings, not only in Oak Park, but in a number of these student-run clinics.
That's absolutely right. In fact, there are a total of 7 student-run clinics affiliated with UC Davis that are receiving monies from the Komen Foundation, which allows for hiring a mobile mammography unit to go to community centers that are in the neighborhoods that don't have medical facilities where these women can go, otherwise would not be able to go and have medical attention. So this is a very unique program.
We've talked so much about the importance of early detection. That's when you can actually cure this cancer. But I can tell you firsthand that I hear from women who may be afraid that they have cancer, but they don't want to go in for a screening because they don't have money for a treatment. So what happens if a cancer is caught in these free screenings? What's the next step?
Well, fortunately, there is a program funded by the state called Every Woman Counts. So when we find a woman within our health clinics that has an abnormality that needs further workup, we'll refer them to an Every Woman Counts facility. And in fact, at one of our last events, we did find a woman who was ultimately found to have cancer, and she has been connected to get cancer treatment services covered for her.
And you're on the front lines of this. Let's talk about what you can do if a cancer is found early as a radiation oncologist, and what you can't do when the cancer is found later.
Yeah, the key with all the research going on to find different ways of targeting breast cancers that are advanced, the key is if we find it early, before it can be felt on exam. When it can be found, when it's so small that only a mammogram will detect it, we've got about a 90% chance of curing that.
Yeah, that is powerful. And one last question, again, as a doctor, what are you seeing on the forefront of the science? Because Komen funding also goes to a lot of research and scientific studies.
It sure does. I think one of the keys is finding different specific molecular targets that distinguish cancer from normal cells. One of the challenges that we have, especially with young African American women, are so-called triple negative, where the cancers don't have receptors to estrogen, progesterone, or Herceptin, which means that we've got to use carpet bombing type of chemotherapy that blasts everything and includes a lot of normal cells that get damaged. So I think a lot of the research is going after finding these different molecular receptors that breast cancer has that distinguish them from other normal cells, and that's going to be the key to going after them.
Okay, it's an exciting area of research. Dr. Hunter, thank you not only for your time right now, but the work you do in this community.
Thank you, Edie.
Very powerful. Thank you. And again, the Race for the Cure is coming up Saturday morning, May 9th, at Cal Expo. To be a part of this great event, you'll find the link to register or donate under our community tab at the top of the KCRA.com homepage. And we also have a link on the KCRA mobile app. We hope to see you there.